All right, I'm here with Sun Yu, one of the top branders in the world. He wrote the book Iconic Advantage. And as part of that, you've studied all these different brands around the world, right? And you came to a major conclusion. What's going on?
Well, Ray, you know, I'm a brand nerd, so I've been studying brands all my life. And one of the questions I've always had this burning question of why do some brands stick around? Why do they own some mind share and we can't get them out of our heads? Why are some brands the ones that we fall in love for a long time? And so it led me to the conclusion that some brands intentionally build in the idea of becoming iconic. They become the standard bearer for something that people really care about for a certain distinction, something that's highly relevant and something that they are known for, and they become iconic. And so that's what I have been really trying to pull apart with the book Iconic Advantage.
So tell me, what are some iconic brands?
Well, obviously, one that you and I both like. We like cars, right? Tesla's a
We
good
do.
one. I like Porsche. And if you think about Tesla, what are they known for? They're known for really one of the best batteries in the world, for a unique user experience inside. You know, it's all digital, right? The whole
Yep.
charging
Yep.
system and the way you purchase it, all those things are distinctive and speak to what makes them special. Porsche, for the life of me, the 911 has probably one of the biggest design flaws in having the engine in the back. And yet that's its iconic signature. And they've spent the last 50 plus years perfecting having an engine in the wrong center of gravity, right? So these are brands that obviously stand for something meaningful, and they've invested all their time and energy and innovation and new thinking around those key signatures.
Okay, so how does this iconic advantage create a lasting and differentiating and deeper relationship with customers?
So there's three qualities about iconic brands that they all share. One is this idea of having something distinctive, you know, something that helps set them apart versus competition. The other is whatever that distinction is, it's highly relevant. Okay. And that relevance then is something that they're recognized for. Now, the key to be somebody that sticks around is to be relevant not only yesterday, today, but tomorrow. Okay. For that distinctive element. So what happens is people end up having signatures that really speak to that distinction. And then they invest innovation, design, storytelling against that key signature element. They actually have a roadmap and pipeline of how they're keeping that distinction relevant for the next 100 years.
Wow. So, how does friction play a role in keeping this interesting for brands and for customers? Because people typically think friction is bad.
Yeah. So one of the things I learned is there's different ways to create signature elements that you are distinctive for. And one of them is actually signature experiences. And as I did research on the idea of signature experiences, what I came to learn is good signature experiences include elimination bad friction and the enhancement or addition of good friction. All right. Not all friction is created equal. And if all you focus on is becoming frictionless and in the process of getting rid of the bad friction, you neuter out all the good friction, then quite frankly, you become forgettable. Okay. And actually, it becomes
Oh,
very easy for the next more frictionless experience to basically supplant you. So it's a hard competitive advantage to keep.
wait, so there's good friction.
There is good friction. In fact, we've identified 7 types of good friction. These frictions actually elicit different chemicals in our brain, everything from dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins, and adrenaline, right? And when you take out friction, none of those chemicals actually get powered up
And you're forgotten.
and you're forgotten. So here's a good example of what good friction might be in storytelling. Lord of the Rings. We know what the main objective is in Lord of the Rings, right? Destroy the ring.
Yep.
And so if we were
Destroy
in
the ring.
Rivendell at that big offsite, yeah, destroy the ring. If you and I were in Rivendell on that big offsite they had with the dwarves, the elves, and all them, and they said, hey, let's come up with a frictionless way of destroying the ring, we probably would say, we probably would have picked Frodo, and we would have said, what's the Middle Earth equivalent of FedEx? It's the Eagles, right? So we would have said, hey, Mr. Eagle, put this in an enchanted box Gandalf, put it around the eagle's neck, an eagle fly 2 hours, drop it in Mount Doom, done with story. But that's boring and unmemorable. And it would have never been, a multi-billion-dollar thing that, what's his name, Peter Jackson made tons of money on, right? So you need certain types of friction. Another good example is you, Ray. It takes countless hours to master something. Imagine if all of us wrote a book called Digital Transformation. Quite frankly, 99% of us would suck at it. You're the only person that could actually probably pull it off because of all your countless hours in mastering the idea of digital transformation, and man, the idea of, everybody wants to rule the world with these digital oligopolies. I mean, this is stuff that you live and breathe every day, and that living and breathing and the effort you're putting against it, that's friction too.
All right. What's next? What's in your next book?
It's going to be about friction, and it's going to be about the idea that not all friction is created equal. And if you're designing great products and services and websites and brand experiences, make sure that you add in a good amount of good friction while you're taking out some of that bad friction.
If you haven't talked to Soon, now you know why I talked to Soon about marketing for everything. He's going to be floating around. Check him out at the Speaker's Corner. More importantly, catch up with him at the event. It is memorable. It is iconic. Thanks a lot, Soon.